Good morning, students. Welcome to another session of wireless communications and networks. Unit 3, mobile data propagation, small scale fading and multipath. Today's topic is impulse response model of a multipath channel. Impulse response model of a multipath channel. Here, impulse response calculation for a mobile unit travels with the velocity of v and it moves with only short duration or short time interval. Not consideration. The mobile unit moves with a velocity of v with a short distance travel or short duration of time. Any changes in the mobile radio signal, right? At that time, we have to calculate the impulse response for a mobile radio channel. Here, what is meant by impulse response here? Here, impulse response for this mobile radio signal is nothing but we have discussed about wideband channel. Wideband channel. Here, the impulse response depends upon all information regarding to signal or analyze the type of radio transmission through that channel. The type of radio transmission through the channel. Nothing but suppose we have to consider n paths, capital N paths from transmitter to receiver. The first path is line of sight path. For line of sight path, there is no delay we are getting. There is no loss of signal. The second path, reflection. Third path, again reflection from due to number of problems. Like that, n paths are there from transmitter to receiver. Here, how many paths are there and what is the exact output for each path is defined by this impulse response. Otherwise, we had assumed that this model of this impulse response is called as a linear filter with time varying impulse response. Linear filter with a time varying impulse response. Here the time varying, nothing but suppose we are taking line of sight path, it takes very less time. Go for reflection path, it takes more than line of sight path. That is, time is varied from one path to another path with relative motion of the base station and mobile station. Base station, mobile station. Here nothing but the impulse response is totally depends upon the channel, radio channel characterization. Radio channel characterization and what is the transmission bandwidth for a particular mobile channel. Mobile channel. Right. We are going for go for the derivation for impulse response for a multipath channel. Right. Let us assume that the mobile radio channel may be modeled as a linear filter with time varying impulse response. Time varying impulse response. See this figure, the mobile radio moves with a velocity of v and the distance between the transmitter to receiver is small d. The mobile is moving away from the base station direction. Nothing but we are getting negative Doppler shift. Negative Doppler shift. Here nothing but from this concept, the transmitter signal we have to assume that x of t and the receiver signal at the mobile unit is y of t comma t. That we have considered distance also for receiving signal. That is the distance between transmitter and receiver is d. Let the impulse response, how to represent in time domain of the impulse response small h. The small h depends upon the distance between transmitter receiver and time varying. That's why the impulse response is h of t comma t. Here from this figure 2, x of t is nothing but transmitter signal, y of d comma t is receiver signal with respect to distance, and h of d comma t is impulse response. That is linear filter time invariant channel, right? H of d comma t. Here from these three, x of t, y of d comma t, h of d comma t. Then y of d comma t, which is equal to, what is the equation? It is a convolution of the input signal x of t and impulse response h of d comma t. That's why y of d comma t, which is equal to x of t convolution h of d comma t. You know how to write the convolution signal, that is integral minus infinity to infinity x of tau h of d comma t minus tau into d tau. Here why you have to represent tau here? Tau is nothing but delay. That is we are consider number of paths, how much delay which we are getting. For causal system, h of d comma t is equal to 0. That is for t is less than 0. Then the equation 3 becomes y of d comma t, which is equal to integral minus infinity to t x of tau h of d comma t minus tau into dt. You know that the equation of speed, distance, time. Speed equal to distance per time, general equation. Similarly, the distance which is equal to speed into time, that is speed is velocity v, that is d equal to vt. Substitute d equal to vt in equation number 4. Then y of vt comma t, which is equal to integral minus infinity to t x of tau h of vt comma t minus tau into dt. But suppose we had to assume that v is constant for any time. Suppose we have to assume that the speed is very less, that is we are in a walkable distance. That's why the v is constant. Then the received signal y of vt comma t is just a function of t, that is v is constant, right? Then equation 6 becomes y of t, which is equal to integral minus infinity to t x of tau h of vt comma t minus tau dt. But here in this equation we are not changed the h of vt comma t minus tau is a function of time. Why? H of vt comma t minus tau is the impulse response of a mobile radio channel. This impulse response is depends upon the time delays and velocity. That's why we are not changed. Then which is equal to x of t convolution with h of vt comma t, which is equal to x of t convolution with h of d comma t. That is this equation number 7. The equation number shows clear-cut information. That is the mobile data channel can be modeled as linear time varying channel. See this one. All functions y of t, x of t, h of d comma t is depends upon time. Whenever time changes, order of the output also changes with respect to distance. With respect to distance. Right. Next we are going for. Right. Let x of t is represent a transmitted band pass waveform. Band pass. Now we have to assume that band pass waveform. Y of t is received waveform. H of impulse response of a time varying path radio channel. Nothing but it depends upon both function of time and delay. Here in this h of t comma tau, the t represents the time variation due to motion, where tau represents multipath delay. Then the received signal can be expressed as convolution of the transmitter signal x of t with channel impulse response, that is y of t, which is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity x of tau into h of t comma tau into dt, which is equal to x of tau convolution with h of t comma tau. Suppose the channel is band limited. Then we have to assume that x of t is input, is represented as c of t, and y of t is represents, which is equal to received signal r of t, and impulse response h of t comma tau is represent hb of t comma tau. Then The complex representation of transmitted received signal for band limited bandpass channel. Band limited bandpass channel, which is equal to R of t, which is equal to C of t convolution with half of the HB of t comma tau. HB of t comma tau. Here, see this equation number 8 and 9 almost equal, but the impulse responses we are getting half of in band limited bandpass channel. Here in band limited bandpass channel, we are getting only half of this, half of the averaging the bandpass waveform. We are getting output is a band limited bandpass channel. That is only half of the amount of signal can be received. That's why it is 1/2. Here, this is representation like this in figure 3. See this one figure in this figure 3. In this figure 3a is bandpass channel impulse response. That is y of t equal to x of t multiplied with h of t. For figure 3b is baseband equivalent channel impulse response model. C of t input, R of t output. 1/2 HB of t comma tau is the impulse response. Then 1/2 R of t, which is equal to 1/2 C of t convolution with 1/2 HB of t. Here from this figure, x of t, which is equal to, just compare band pass channel and band baseband band limited channel. X of t equal to real part of C of t exponential j 2 pi fct. Y of t equal to the real part of R of t exponential j 2 pi fct. Here what is fc? Is a carrier signal. Carrier signal. Right now we have to assume that how much delay exactly we are getting for n paths. That is path 1 to path n. Path 1 is line of sight path. Path n from after path 1 we are getting number of reflection, diffraction, scattering different exists. How much exactly multiple they exist along the axis in the impulse response model, right? Which is equal to the time delay segments. It is called the time delay segments. Is called the excess delay. It is called the excess delay. Here nothing but what is meant by excess delay. Just we have to predict for n paths we are getting maximum delay 10 milliseconds. We have to predict, but we are getting more than 10 milliseconds. Is called the excess delay. How to calculate this excess delay? Nothing but tau of I plus 1 minus tau of I is the equation for to calculate excess delay. Now I am representing this one in the figure like this. This one. Here in the x-axis we are taking time delay for each path, and y-axis we are taking time exactly for time t0. For time t0, what is the exact time delay? Nothing but suppose we are assuming that good line of sight path is there. For this first path there is no delay we are getting. Here see this one, this figure we are getting exactly from tau not tau 1 tau 2 tau 3 like the pulse representation, right? Next we are going for we have to consider second path. Second path is reflected path, so that's why it changes the pulse representation with respect to time. Likewise, the pulse can be changed. See this from first path to last third path. Automatically, the time varying in the discrete time impulse response model for a multi-path radio channel. That is for n paths, we get n delays. That is representation here. Here from this. Here from this. How much max delay which comes finally? That is, it depends upon the number of paths. That is, number of paths is n. Then max excess delay is n into delta tau. Delta tau nothing but delay. That is delay between two paths. From this consideration, n paths, what is exact baseband impulse response model? of a multipath channel can be expressed as, that is hb of t comma tau, which is equal to, we have to consider number of paths en. That's why summation I equal to 0 to n minus 1. ai of t comma tau. ai of t comma tau. What is the ai comma t comma tau? That is the amplitude of a signal for 0 to n minus 1 path. Exponential j of 2 pi fc tau I of t plus phi I of t comma tau is bracket close and del of t minus t I of t. Here in this equation shows ai represents is real amplitude and tau I of t represents excess delay, and 2 pi fc tau I of t plus phi I t comma tau is represents how much exact phase shift we are getting in a free space propagation. In a free space propagation. Right. And del of t tau minus tau I of t represents a unit impulse function. Unit impulse function. Right. This is exactly how it represents the impulse response. That is for take consider for all n paths. For n paths, how much amplitude for each signal from n paths and ai, and how much phase difference and how much delay occurs, you have to consider for this one. But assume that the channel impulse response is assumed to be time invariant, not time variant. It is time invariant. Then the channel impulse response will be modified as hb of tau. We have to neglect t part, time dependent. That is hb of tau, which is equal to summation I equal to 0 to n minus 1 ai j I del of t minus tau I. This is representation for time invariant. For time variant, we have to consider timing part also. Here in this equation number 13, equation number 13, the probing pulse, which is exact, which is equal to delta function, that is p of t, which is equal to del of t minus tau. Here, what is meant by probing pulse? Is nothing but impulse, unit impulse function. Unit impulse function, that is the representation of a signal. Exactly the representation of a signal. See this one figure, exactly how much amplitude you have to represent in their arrow marks for each pulse, that is probing pulse. Here for small scale channel modeling, the power delay profile of a channel, is found by taking the spatial average of modulus of hb of t comma tau modulus close square for over a local area. Right here, this the received power delay profile for local area is p of t comma tau, which is equal to k times of hb of t comma tau. This is about received power delay profile. This is for only for power delay profile. This is for received power profile. Here the k represents gain, which relates to transmitted power in the probing pulse p of t to the total power received in a multipath delay profile. Here, this is about the impulse response model of a multipath channel. Here, nothing but this final equation shows the impulse response model of a multipath channel depends upon how many number of paths is there from transmitter to receiver. That is why we can say n channels. How much amplitude variation between one path to another path is depends on ai, and how much phase difference between one path to another path is phi I, and how much delay we are getting is called delta tau. From this all parameters we have to characterize, and we have to generate the equation of impulse response. Impulse response. Do you have any query in this impulse response of a multipath channel? Please type your query in the chat box. Thank you very much for attending today's session.